and welcome to the pod. I'm your host, Grace, and with us we have Harriet, who's going to teach us all about how to become a Nike coach. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. So I know we just discussed you are so much more than that as well, and you've got loads of cool and like really, really fun stuff going on. So just give me a little brief overview of what being a Nike coach is and everything that goes with that.
Yeah, so this is where it's like quite difficult because obviously coming in here, you were like, how to become a, and I was like, I just do so many things. My dad always jokes about me being such a side hustler because I'm just like spinning all the plates. But yeah, so a bit about me, my like full-time day job, I do market research. I literally love it. I love my team, love like getting stuck in a study. Then I also have a women's run community called Like a Girl, and it's a mixture of like a run community, but also like a platform, like an events platform. I kind of want it to be a space where women can just like come, learn, be themselves, be active, all of the above. And then in my ambition of supporting women, I then got fully qualified as like a personal trainer. I've done all my like run coaching qualifications with England Athletics, and then a few different courses in like women's health. So yeah, I just kind of do a little bit of everything. And then I think the Nike coach thing then just came around like just being, and then also like a runner, marathon runner and stuff myself. So I think just being in the space, and then I think what made me want to go down this route, which I'm sure we'll get into more. But I guess it was like, I was so obsessed with improving my own performance, which is when I found more stuff about like different women's health research and how kind of like let down we are. And then I was like, I just want to be, it's kind of, you've got to be the change that you want to see.
Yeah.
So then that was when I went down the whole coaching route and things like that. And then eventually, landed the Nike gig, which I love. They're amazing.
That must be like a dream as well, of saying that you love running, like you love everything that goes with that. That's got to be a big, big achievement.
Yeah, definitely. I think like I've always worn like Nike growing up and everything. So it was a massive pinch me moment, massive imposter syndrome as well. Because I think like it was never something that was a goal. Like I've just enjoyed doing the things I've been doing. And then I just kind of found my way there. But I don't want to make it sound like it was this like low effort thing that just happened. I think it's just with time, like goals have changed and opportunities have come up, and I've kind of just followed what I've enjoyed in that time, or enjoyed supporting people, so chase that, and then like different connections and stuff that you meet, it's kind of just happened.
Yeah, things like opportunities come that you don't even realize can come when you like put the time in. Nothing's like an overnight thing.
Definitely. And yeah, as I said, like I still have my full-time job because I love it, but I've been doing all these courses and qualifications like on the side.
Yeah.
Another thing to know about me, I'm ADHD, and like I think I always used to think that was then a negative, but I've realized it's things that I like most about myself. And I think that's also why I do so many different things, because my brain won't turn off, which is something that I kind of hate about myself, but it's equally something that I love because it's what allows me to do all these different things. And like, I just kind of like jump around from one thing to the next because I'm like, my brain needs to be stimulated.
It's like a superpower.
It is like a superpower, which is why I was never have medication or anything for it, because I'm like, well, then you will dampen all the other cool things that I can do with this. So
and look what you're achieving with it.
Exactly.
Well, I love that. We have so much to discuss. So let's kick off, go back to the beginning. And did you always want to be in running? What did you want to be when you were growing up?
Yeah, so this question always like catches me because I'm like, well, the same as I do all these things now. Like I think growing up, I never really had a clear answer of that one thing that I wanted to be. I think I went through different phases of things. I always really laugh because the one that I really remember wanting to be the most was a dolphin trainer.
Wow, that is niche. I've never heard that before.
It's so irrelevant. And I was really young at the time. I think I grew up and realized how cruel it actually was. But I think that was like my weird dream. And then as things got older, like I've always been quite sporty. Obviously, I think that came within that. It was like the love of like the water and things like that. And I think I would have loved to have been like an athlete, but I was never good enough at like one thing.
Yeah.
I was kind of like that girl at school where, you know, when they have like the sub for like whatever team, but I would cover like all of the sports. So it'd be like someone's ill in the first hockey team and then they're like, oh, like Harriet can do it, or in the netball. So I think I was never good enough at one sport to like pursue that, but always loved like being in that space. And then my mum runs a fashion business.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like in our like hometown, it's called Young Ideas. She does, she sells like designer brands like Stocksat, like in our home has a few stores. So I was quite exposed to that, like going on buying appointments with her in London at a young age. So I think fashion's always been an interest. And I think weirdly where I've ended up now wasn't a career I knew about, but it's kind of like all those things mashed up where I'm not training dolphins, I'm training people, which is hilarious. Not comparing people in that way, but ended up in that route. Like I'm not an athlete like that, but I'm an amateur athlete and I compete in like my own level. And then the fashion side of things, obviously like Nike has sick, amazing stuff. So it's kind of so bizarre how those like all those my ADHD brain as I was younger, like, oh, and maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll do this.
It's kind of intertwined.
It's weirdly, but into something that probably wasn't always a career or a path. So yeah.
I like it though. I like that you didn't have this dream necessarily the whole time, but you've made such a success out of it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, me too.
Did you study? Did you go to uni?
Yes. Yeah. So I did business and management at uni, which again, I feel like I did because it just didn't close any doors kind of thing. So you cover so much. And initially I didn't want to do uni. So I took a year out, not to like travel. I wish I'd done more of that, but I just started like working. I redid some of my A-levels, and then it came around and then I was like, yeah, I think I'm just better off going to, because I didn't really know what I wanted to do, which I think is sadly how a lot of people end up at uni these days. 100%. It's like filler space.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that I did, because uni was where I found all my like friends. Like I found a lot of my friends like later in life.
Yeah. Like your group.
Yeah. So I think it was that, and obviously business and management, like it covers so much ground, which again I think helps in all the kind of different things I work in now. But yeah, it was a completely random thing. And something that I loved about my degree is that they had like a sandwich course. So I did a placement year.
Yes, love that.
Yeah, which is actually with the company that I like do my day job with now. So it's kind of, everything, it's all just been a strange path to where I am, but I've enjoyed the ride.
That's
to
good.
say the least.
Where did you go?
You're
Aston. A northerner, right?
I'm from the Midlands. Yeah,
right.
I'm from the Midlands, from like the Peak District. So
nice.
That's also like running has always been, it makes me laugh because I was like, how did you start running? And my parents, when we used to be on like holiday or whatever, we would run to breakfast. Like that was our thing. So I think I always associated it, even now I end a run and I'm like, end it with a pastry or with breakfast.
Reward yourself.
Yeah. And like we was only like a 5K or like 6K or whatever, but I think I had really nice associations with it for that. But same for where I was brought up in the Peak District. Like in my teenage years, I ended up, my socializing was like running with like two of my close friends. We just like go out on a trail run. And like having all of that around, like massively fell in love with running. And I think that's something that I want to do more of for women in the community and stuff, is just getting them out to like trails. Because I don't think you realize like how privileged I was to have that like on my doorstep.
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, I want to get more people out there and share the love a little bit, and get back to the trails myself. So
yeah, it sounds amazing. So you came out and you got the real like daytime job.
Yes.
And that's in market research.
Yeah.
Which you love.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like itching the scratch. Was it like you knew you wanted a bit more?
So it was for a time. And then, I don't know, like something changed. Like I still love the job and I love the people, but I think I was missing that like sport side of things. It's always been such a big part of me. And weirdly, like, because my job is in market research, like a lot of what drew me more into this like coaching space was the like women's health research side of things. So like my day job is obviously like more marketing, brands, stuff like that. But I know how to digest a study and look at a sample and like understand what to take from it. So I think the women's health side of things, I then like it kind of transferred into that, where I was like looking at different studies and different research about women, and like it really came from me wanting to perform better in like my own marathon times and things like that, and looking for answers. So I think like this job almost facilitated the shift in where I've gone now, and it's kind of come that combination of things. But I still love getting stuck into the data in my day job and things like that. So people keep saying to me, I'm like, oh, why are you still doing it? And I'm like, I'm just not ready because I enjoy it so much. Yeah.
Which is so lovely because you don't always have that in the day job.
Yeah. And I think sometimes like I get a little bit defeated by this, my other side of the career, because it's just a lot, like you're channeling a lot of your energy into other people, which is what I love, but sometimes it isn't always amazing. Like there's not always success stories. It's not the reality. And I think I'm such an empath that sometimes that side of the job like chips away at me a little bit. And equally like content is such a huge side of it. And I kind of went into the content game for the same reason of like, will be the change that you want to see.
Yeah.
And like just wanting to share, like be honest and share the research I was finding and give access to things that I wish I'd always had access to. But I don't think I'm necessarily always like the traditional like content creator or the side of things. And I think I come across as an extrovert, but I am a bit of an introvert too. So I think putting yourself out there all the time, like, is a lot.
It's scary.
It is. And like some days I'm completely in love with it and enjoy it, but other days I'm like, I just need to like pull away from everything.
Yeah.
So I think at the minute I really love having both, because actually sometimes I'm like, oh, all I want is this career. There's this like, I go in, I do my 9 to 5, and like everyone, we all respect each other there, we get on, and I just do my day job and I don't have to think about any other responsibilities. So I think I'm still torn with which career I want as my like full-time forever career, because I think I like the comfort of the job. And also I think people don't realize how lucky you are to have a day job that you actually love and enjoy. Like if I didn't like it, I'd have been gone immediately, but because I enjoy it, I think I want to hold on to it. And I'm not sure which one will be the full-time gig in a few years' time, but we'll see.
Because it's like, it's the unknown, isn't it? It's like if you pull out of that, then you have to put everything into this other side, and you don't know what that looks like because you've got the safety net at the minute.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I like the safety net.
But you don't have to decide right now.
No, I know.
That's good.
So I think that's the general theme that you'll get from this is like, well, yeah, I didn't really know what job I wanted to do. I don't really even know now, but I just follow what I enjoy and what I feel like, and kind of try and maximize. I can't remember the name of this book I read now, which is very helpful, but it talked about if you're like a maximizer, and I can't remember the other one, but I'm a maximizer where I make the most out of any little morsel of time. Like I'll be on the way to the airport and I'm like editing content.
I did the exact same thing. But there's no wasted time here. Like you're at the airport.
Literally.
Time. Yeah.
That's one of the things where my partner is just like, oh my God, like just be. And
just
I'm
relax.
like, it's always just things to be doing.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. I'm like, I can fill this time pretty well before I lose all my internet connection. Like I totally get that.
Yeah. Like long haul flights, I love. Everyone's like, oh, I'm so bored. And I'm like, they are the most productive time.
Yeah, literally, it's mental. Or you're on a train and you're like, this is so good. Like everyone's like, why don't you drive to places? And I'm like, because you can do so much on a train. Like you can get so much done. So
I know,
I totally get that.
Okay, we relate on that level then.
For sure. So you're a women's health advocate, and that's like what you started training outside of doing your day job. And what does that mean? What do you do? Like,
yeah, it's kind of a tricky one really, because I didn't really know what to call it at a time, because it's not like I'm in sports science and doing all of that stuff. So I can't like call myself a specialist. But then my partner always gets at me because he's like, but you are a specialist because you're like so in the data and like whatever and obsessed with it. So I know quite a lot. But I don't know, it's again a bit impostery syndrome. So I prefer advocate because I still see that as that. So it's like, I guess, sharing my experiences and talking honestly and talking about taboo topics like periods and things like that. Because I think absolutely love my mum, but was brought up in an era where it's like you just don't talk about those things.
Yeah.
So I was kind of brought up with that as well, and it was crazy anxiety like a lot of girls experience. And I think even through to, it's taken a lot of time in getting older to like feel comfortable speaking about those things. And I think now that I've got that, I kind of want to like share that and advocate for other women to do that.
100%.
And then, yeah, at the same time, it's also other stuff of like the knowledge that I'm getting and the things that are out there. Like it's just not accessible. And I always say that kind of main athletes now who are competing at top level, they have access to coaches now who are trained in all of this new research. But like amateur athletes like us, we don't have access to that.
Yeah.
So it's just about making that general knowledge, because I think up until 2020, so only 6% of sports science research was done exclusively on women. Wow. And women are so much more complex, and that's one of the reasons why we weren't studied in that way. Because in a research setting, there's just too many variables that change, because it's so hard to actually know what point in our cycle we're at. Estrogen and progesterone rise and fall across the course of a month. You might be on different contraceptive, you might have a certain condition. So women, like, we needed to be studied because there's so many differences. But equally, we weren't studied because we were just too complicated. So a lot of stuff was just applied to women that was just studies on men. And like from a research standpoint, like you can't do that because you can't make that generalization.
Yep.
And I think regardless, even with new research now, like because women are also unique and different in how their bodies respond to these hormones, and like because you have so many different neuroreceptors in our body that like, so it's not just that your cycle happens when these hormones drop and rise and things like that. It's also that it might affect like your sleep that night, your like body temperature, like your brain. So yeah, like I think something that I always want to advocate for is that actually like you know yourself best.
Yes.
And I think this doesn't just stem from sport and your performance and kind of learning your different cues and strength days and how things affect you, but equally into how... Sorry, I've lost my train of thought because I coughed.
No, that's okay.
I'm going to take a sip of water.
Absolutely.
Equally, in how you might want to talk to your doctor about things that are happening in your body. So like if you are able to track your own symptoms and understand your own body, then you can like go and advocate for yourself to your doctor to get the help that you need or understand yourself. So yeah, I think I've found a lot of power in that, and I just want to like share that as much as I can.
I love that. And you share that within like that community that you've built?
Yeah, community I've built, doing like content online, different events, panels, and things like that. But yeah, like the community one was the main thing, especially because we do a lot of events through that. So I really love it when we can get specialists come in and like do a talk, so we can give your like average lady access to an incredible expert to share that information. So I think that's what really like fills my cup and I enjoy. Yeah.
Did that lead on to you becoming a Nike coach? Did it help?
Yeah, I think it helped. I think
Yeah.
it helped. Like, I think because I started doing, so it was finding all this stuff out about women's health, my own performance and things like that, that made me realize that I really wanted to share that and help people. And I think in doing that, you start to see the people that you help and you want to do that more. And I think like I was never going to be able to, or like I just don't have the time or interest in going back to uni and becoming in the sports science space. So it felt like personal training and stuff was like the way to go, and run coaching. And equally, like I think I was just seeing a lot of people coaching women and just getting jarred by like all
Really?
of it. Yeah. And just like really upset even at like the community I was in, how people were being treated in that community. So again, it's really all stemmed from that, like be the change that I want to see. And then I think, yeah, moving into that space. And then because I was already like in what is called the running scene, like in London and stuff, like you just meet different people out in runs, different communities, and then going full time into like wanting to learn and develop into a coach. Those things kind of then just ended up with, yeah, working with Nike, I guess.
Did they like find you through your content? They reached out?
Yeah, so I actually like met like different people that work at Nike at events.
Okay.
So other different events that I was at, just got like in conversations. And then yeah, equally also finding me through my content actually. That is also how the main person who offered me this found me. So yeah, I think it's just like being on the radar, and then I just started like doing my own thing. And I think that that's the biggest advice I can give to people. It's like, don't always just aspire for that one thing. I think just do what enjoys you and do the thing, and the things will come. Like this wasn't something that I was like, oh my God, like that's where I want to be. Like I love the brand, I love the people I was working with.
Yeah.
And I was already working with them a bit before, because like a group of girls, we did this like race challenge from like A to B, and Nike really kindly supported that. So I think it was like I just had the conversations and connects, but then was just doing stuff that I enjoyed and letting them know I was doing that, and like, do you want to be involved in this? Like X women are doing this thing. So I think it's just do the things that you enjoy and seek out the opportunities that you can, and then hopefully naturally you'll kind of find where you want to be.
I love that. Is that when you say like you're in like the running scene and stuff, that's literally like going to run clubs, looking up for sporting events, like talks, just getting involved in that way?
Yeah, what is that even classed as? I think it's just like community. Like I think it's just one big community in London, and like that spans beyond just London. It's, you know, across Europe, like the US. Like it's just, I guess if you're into running and you're at all these different So you might go to, for example, like I got to go to Chicago or Sydney to like race. And then when you're there doing that for the marathon, you then meet different people when you're there.
Yeah.
And so it is really just, the running scene is really just like community that then I guess kind of to its detriment sometimes like brands have got involved in, and then it's just become this whole thing. Yeah, I'd say it's like a mixture of events, community. Yeah.
What does it look like to be a Nike coach then? What does that mean that you do, or what does Nike ask you to do?
Yeah, so it's a mixture of things. So it might be like literally going to so the other week it was called like Maven, and they did this little pop-up in Westfield in like London, and it was like for teen girls. So they launched like a teen girl range, and they did like little coaching sessions for girls, like little 10-minute sessions. So then got booked as a coach to like go and like coach these teenage girls, which was amazing, and like a whole
really cool.
different thing that was really cute, and again really filled my cup. To like other stuff, like they might do big events that they need coaches at, or like running Nike After Dark tour, or just like being available, or it might be content like I got to do. I got to be part of the Nike After Dark campaign and shoot. So it's a mixture of things through to like your coaching expertise to I guess more like talent management side of things. And it's great as well, like because they can support like my community a little bit. Help get them girls like some support. Like they supported me to do some events like for the women in the community. So then I'm able to pay these experts to come and be here. So like it's a massive help to kind of have them support you, I think is like my biggest thing that I really appreciate them for.
Yeah, they can make, like you're helping them as being a coach, but all of that also goes towards helping more people that wouldn't necessarily have access to something like Nike because it's a big brand, or may not even have the confidence to, because I'm guessing when you're coaching, you're actually teaching people about running, is it all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, exactly that. So I done my personal training, but because of my interest in running, like it naturally, I guess, like lends it to that. Because I think my main goal is to support, especially like women with like busy lives who they're doing all the running and then they're forgetting about the strength training. And then that's how you get injured and you're not looking after yourself for like longevity. Like women are way more likely to get osteoporosis because of the dip in estrogen as you go into menopause. So it's like it all kind of ties up in this like women's health, running, strength training, like it kind of all interlinks in one ecosystem. So I've also done my like coach in running fitness course, which is like an England athletics thing. So that is literally like doing running plans, like helping with like running form to help improve performance. Personal training was more like your strength training in the gym, still a little bit of like the run coaching element. And then the women's health stuff that I did was like additional courses, which were literally just about like women's health and exercise and how to like learn all these new things because the research is only happening now. So it is at the minute I mainly focus on just coaching like in a group, so like my run club and stuff like that, supporting them. And like other group settings, like maybe like a strength training session or stuff like that. And then I do have like the odd client / friend who I'll do more one-on-one, but I just don't have the capacity right now. I think the goal is to move more into that because I love it when I'm like helping the girls and then you get really nice feedback about like how they've got their goal. Like, oh, it's literally just like the best feeling, or like that bit of content that you shared that really helped someone, or like all of that I think is why I do it. So yeah, I think the goal to be more one-on-one a little bit later when I've got more time on my hands, but at the minute I'm going for quantity. So I'm like, okay, I'll turn up for an hour, but there's like 15, 20 people here. So it's kind of like helps a little bit.
How do you time manage it all?
Great question. It definitely helps to have an ADHD coach right now. So whenever things get a bit much, like I kind of have to talk it out with them a little bit, which helps. So there is a lot of like, I say that there's a lot of like planning and structuring, but I'm also so chaotic. So I think nothing is ever like that clear cut and planned. And I think a massive thing with juggling it all is being so reactive. Like you've just got to like jump on the thing that's urgent, which I kind of hate in a way, because you feel like constantly stuck in this like stress state of like there's something urgent and fighting fires. And that's what I'm trying to work on right now, is like how to like make that a little bit easier. So For example, one of my ADHD coaching tips, shout out to her, shout out to Susie. So like when it gets to a Sunday, like I look at my week and then I'm like, okay, what are the 5 most important things that I have to get done that week? And those 5 most important things will be not my day job. So like that will be like evenings, weekend, whatever. And then I also have my like day job. Okay, like my day job always has to take priority because at the end of the day, like contract with them, they're like paying me. I don't want to let my team down. So it's like, but I'm very lucky that we have a lot of flexibility. So we're allowed to work like 9 till 5, 8 till 4, or like 10 till 6.
Oh,
so that really helps if I've got like a post-work commitment, then I finish at 4. Or if I'm wanting to do coaching in the morning, then I'll start at 10. So like, I think that helps a lot.
Yes.
But I have to really make sure that that time is like, okay, that's work time, separate to-do list.
Yeah.
And then it will be like, yeah, in that morning time, maybe I'm booked for something, going later, as I said. And then it's, as I said before, like I'm editing on a train. I'm editing on the way into work. I'm editing whenever I'm like doing a program or planning, whatever. Like I'm just using all time, I think.
Of course.
But there is a lot of like diary reminders. I have to set myself reminders to check both emails because like I'm really bad for like just missing stuff.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. Like everything is so. My manager at work actually, she really made me laugh because she took the mick out of me because I have diary invites for like everything, so I don't miss a thing. But I started like self-imposing my diary invites on her, and like she's my manager, and it was like I started to try and manage her, and I was like, I'm so sorry, it's just in case you might need the time and you don't realize.
So funny.
So yeah, I think everything is just like somewhere I can see it.
Yes.
So I don't miss things, and then I have this like never-ending to-do list that I always wish I will one day get to the bottom of. But I just, anything that comes in, I like write it down, and then as the week comes, okay, what's the most important? And I think it's just compartmentalizing a little bit.
Those to-do lists are everything. Like I do the same. Keep going at that every day. What is ADHD coaching?
Yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about that. So when I got diagnosed, I got given like options. It was either like have medication or you can get a coach. And like coaching, I guess it's like, it's not therapy, but I think sometimes it does feel like therapy. But I guess there's like different things about ADHD, which is like time management, or it is the like racing thoughts in my brain, not being able to sleep. So it's kind of someone who's trained to like have tools to kind of help you get over those things, or like, help you figure it out, I guess.
That's amazing. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, so it is a thing.
Cool.
Yeah. And that's been, a huge help, just having someone to like voice this stuff to. And like the biggest one is just like slowing my brain down. Because as I said, it's a superpower, but like sometimes I get into bed and it's like, I cannot sleep.
Yeah.
Or I'm somewhere and I just want to be present, but my brain is like just constantly running on to the next thing.
Yeah.
So it's really helped in that instance.
I love that. I think that's really good for like people to hear, because sometimes you have to assume you have to go on medication or things like that, and that's not always the answer for everyone. So I think it's wonderful to see how you're making it work for you and your lifestyle.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot going on. With being a Nike coach, like what's been one of the coolest things that's happened because of that?
Ooh, that's a difficult question. I think, again, like the coolest thing for me will always be when someone tells me that like they really enjoyed the session with you, or they really like the thing you put out online really helped them. Like that for me is like the coolest and most heartwarming thing, and the reason why I do it.
It's like very rewarding.
Yeah. But like being able to get a marathon bib and go and run Chicago Marathon, like that's insane.
Cool.
Yeah. And then getting to be part of like the Nike After Dark campaign, which is so amazing for me because that's a race that they basically do, which they're redoing again this year. Yes. It's a women's only race that they've done in different cities around the world, like one of them being London. So for me, that's like so my bread and butter to see, like gives me goosebumps, all the like women getting to like take up that space and run it for them and be a little bit competitive if they want to be. So the campaign for that, like we did like a shoe, and just got to be part of, I guess, like helping get the information out there about it. But then not related to like Nike, but I guess the space that I'm in, like one of my all-time favorite things, and this is the stuff I want to do, it's like the experiences. So me and a group of women, I got to be part of a team where we ran from LA to Vegas as like a relay. And like that, like we were a group of women, so many different age ranges, so many different backgrounds, like literally you name it. And we were just like this group of different women. But like that was just magic, like to be like in this caravan, not caravan, what are they called? Like an RV, because we're in America. But and like learning from different women, hearing their stories, like, and just getting to know them and like taking on that challenge, like
Wait, how
the
did that
coolest
even
thing.
work? That's an amazing event. Like, did you put that on? Like, how did this happen?
No, it is called the Speed Project.
Okay.
And they do different ones like in different places, but LALV is like the original one. And yeah, a friend of mine, Gloria, who's another incredible woman, she like put a team together, different women. So yeah, different teams do it, but we did like a women's only team. And it's basically like you get from point A to point B and someone's always running.
Wow.
Like all through the night. Yeah.
That is wild.
Yeah, it's killer, but it's just awesome. And like, oh my God, like having a sunrise in the desert and then you're like going out to, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, so stuff like that is really why like I do it, is just the experiences and life.
Yeah, just get like being that active and meeting new people and new teams and stuff.
Yeah.
If there are people out there that maybe like amateur runners or don't think they can be an athlete but maybe want to be a coach or something, but it seems like a lot goes into it, like putting yourself out there. What would be your main advice for them?
Yeah, I think to be fair, like to take the words out of your mouth, putting yourself out there is the biggest thing. Like, and that was something that I had to massively like get over, because I think as a bit of a like introvert, like overthinker because of my ADHD, like I like to play it safe. Sometimes my impulsivity of my ADHD forces me out of that, which is often where I find myself in these situations. I'm like, but I just had to swallow my ego, and I had to like, one, be bad at so many things, like be bad at being a personal trainer, be bad at being a run coach, know nothing about women's health, and like just focus on it. And then it was like, I was terrible at content creation at first. And you're just putting it out into this like echo chamber of whatever. But you just have to do it, because that's where all the opportunities and ideas and like abilities to be able to support more women and do the thing that I love has come from. So I think you've just got to swallow your ego and get on with it.
Yeah.
I think something that I get really frustrated with people is like people, you know, they just like moan about things and they're like, or they're like, it's a bitch. I'm like, can I say swear words on here? But it's not really swear words. But then I bitch about people, and I'm like, but just get on with it and just do your thing. Like, why are you concerning yourself with other people? Like, I said this 100 times now, but be the change that you want to see. So I think that's my biggest thing, is like, just stop caring what people think about you and just get on with it and be bad at something, because then you'll be great at something eventually.
Amazing. Unbelievable. I know this is probably not a good question. I'm wondering how to phrase it, because you don't know what you want to do. What is the big goal? But is there just a goal for the future? Because I know you're not sure which path you want to take. I mean, I kind of have a feeling of what path you might take with the passionate way you're speaking about it. But is there a goal or something you've got on the list?
Yeah, like in a way, it's very unspecific. But I think like being able to take all this to scale a little bit and like have something that kind of remains beyond me, I think is where I want to go. I don't know what that looks like, but I also always wanted to be like a bit of an entrepreneur. Like my parents have always been that way. And to be able to just like not be tied to one city or one space and work from anywhere. So I think the goal will eventually be to build on this more and make some sort of like business or something off the back of it. It might be through like a Girl My Community and like event platform, like that might go into something more. And I think it'll end up being a blend of probably all the things I even liked growing up, which is like either training people, like fashion, or like things like that. I think it will become this cross. I just don't know what that thing is necessarily going to be yet. And I have a few ideas and I don't want to jinx them saying them. But
no, that's fair.
But I think like that's where I want to go. And to be fair, I've got a few smaller goals that like, I kind of had this goal list that I guess were like 5-year goals, and I'm so close. I think in the next 1 to 2 years, like they'll be done. So I think then it will be about like, okay, now what? And that will be like the next end game thing.
Yeah.
But until then, it's even stuff like on that list was like getting my personal training qualification, like getting a promotion in my day job, like so many of those big milestones have like started to happen. So like some final few things is like some marathon times that I want to get and like things like that, just like little big goals, like finishing the World Marathon Majors. And I think, once they're done, I'll be able to like refocus on what my like greater purpose and meaning will be beyond all of this.
Unbelievable. It's going to be great things.
Thanks. I hope so.
I love the Like a Girl, like the brand that you're building as well. I think I love the
you.
name, and I think that's like just going to empower so many people, because it can be scary to step out of your comfort zone. I'm sure so many people do want to run, or they do want to come out in the evenings and do something, but they don't know how to do it. And that's like a really wonderful space to be creating.
Thank you.
So well done.
I think like it really made me laugh because when I chose the name for it, people were like, "Oh, but Like a Girl, it's so girly," and like that's, and I'm like, but that's the point.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's for, I want women to be able to define for uniquely them what doing something, running like a girl, training like a girl, like actually means, because it means so many things, and it's not just that one uniform form that someone might consider it. It's not girly, it's not tomboy, it's not like whatever. It looks like every woman is unique, and I think it's like I want to get women to embrace that and themselves a little bit more. So I'm kind of proud of it too.
Good. So you should be. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
I've really enjoyed chatting with you. It's been really fun.
Good. I'm so glad. We love that. And I can't wait to see everything that's going to happen.
Thanks. Me too. I'll be keeping an eye on the podcast as well.